Hello, hello, Fee Jamieson-Folland, beaming in with the sunbeams from the South Island here in New Zealand, from Abel Tasman area, which is very close to Golden Bay, and it's about an hour and a half from Nelson. For those of you who are keen to seek it out, I do highly recommend it. And I'm here in the back garden of where we're staying, because it's a little bit noisy out front during the day, and in this season when the sun's still around, it gets very popular out on the water, and it's great to hear that that they're busy out there, with many people obviously keen to get out there and kayak and also take water taxis to some of the more remote posies up there in the Abel Tasman National Park. When I say up there, it's about 15-minute walk down the road, which I've been making the most of every day. So today it's all about, is it the size or the impact? And this is, in this particular context today, it's about being able to contribute, to contribution. And for me, it used to mean I needed to give more money. That was the thing. And it was the size of the donation and whatnot that made the difference. And what I've come to know over time is that, yes, that can really make a huge difference. That what I suppose I've realised myself when it comes to the context of contribution, of giving, of that contribution, is that it's actually a large amount of it is about connection, and it's about being able to impart some kind of care, some sense of caring, and perhaps it's support. And what I've seen for many people is that is way more important. At the end of the day, yes, money's important. What does money bring us? Well, money brings all sorts of things, including connection and a sense of empowerment to do whatever it may be. And when we can kind of shortcut that and go straight to support or a sense of empowerment, whatever it may be, for that person or that context, then that's very powerful. And yes, there is a place for every kind of contribution, including financial. When it comes to, and I love this actually, there's a chain of stores in New Zealand called The Warehouse, and oftentimes, especially at Christmas time, there's often a little sign there close to where you're checking out and paying, where it says, the most important gift we can give our kids is time, not so much money. And so what I've noticed for me is that when others have been really generous to me with time, with compliments, that might be something very simple, like, look, I really appreciate the way you listened, or whatever it may be, that they've given me a compliment on. My gosh, I grow, a foot taller. And it can be something simple that we say to someone, a caring thought. It can be a note that we write. It can be an email we send, or social media post where we honour someone, or share a thought about someone, or comment on what somebody said. A Facebook post, message that we can send someone, or a quick voice note on WhatsApp, and it really can make the biggest difference. And it's that impact factor. That's what I'm meaning by size or impact. And it doesn't take long to do it, and it's that connectivity that I'm zoning in on this week's sharing. So I'd love to hear what it means for you. What's your take on? Is it better to go big, or is it better to focus on the impact of what it is that we're doing? And this is true, like I say, in not just the areas of giving. It's in all areas of life, when we think about changes that we might be making, steps that we might be taking to make changes, positive changes in our lifestyle. It might be perhaps how much it's a new habit, maybe, of time for ourselves every day. Just a little step in that direction. It might be 5 minutes can make all the difference, rather than, well, I'm not going to bother with this unless I can do an hour. And that used to be my thought. And yet 5 minutes, my gosh, that can be a game changer. 5 minutes for you. So, always curious to hear your thoughts. In the meantime, before I get to connect with you on this week's Alive with Fee, keep sharing your sunshine. Ciao for now.